like an athlete, but got no jumper. Ballin' like an athlete, but got no jumper.
No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today I'm in here in the studio with Ice Poseidon. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
Pretty good. This is your first full-length interview, huh?
It is, yeah. First podcast.
Exciting, man. I'm very happy to have you in here. I'm a new entry into the Twitch world. So you being a guy who's been very progressive and on the cutting edge of what's going on in the streaming world, I figured that it was necessary that we had a conversation.
Yeah, definitely. I have a lot of insight.
Okay, let's talk about this. So, but first off, let's talk about your early days and where you're coming from and everything. So you're from Florida?
I'm from Florida. I started out playing RuneScape and
Wait, what part of Florida?
Palm Beach.
Okay. And so what kind of kid were you? Or what did you do before this whole streaming thing? What led up to this? Or even the RuneScape. I want to talk before the RuneScape, too.
Well, I mean, I was an aggressive kid growing up. I was definitely a weird motherfucker growing up. And eventually, I graduated high school. I went to college, got my 2 years associate's degree. And then I went off to be a line cook and started streaming after 2 years of that because I got tired of it.
So you just picked it up as a hobby?
Yeah, as a hobby.
So when you were a line cook at first, though, did you have any kind of hobbies, or you kind of just living a real boring-ass life, just as a line cook, not doing anything you wanted to do?
Really boring. I didn't do anything. I just went home after line cooking and just played RuneScape.
Right. Oh, so you were always a gamer. That was your main interest?
Yep.
Nice. Okay. So was your overall feeling on life this sucks? I hate life. I have no idea what I want to do with myself. I have no direction at all.
Well, I was going to college I was going to get my bachelor in finance.
Okay.
And I was going to go for business.
So you saw a brighter day ahead of you.
I did, until streaming came along.
Yeah. And so you started just messing around. So RuneScape, I don't know jack shit about RuneScape. What led you into that?
Well, I started with playing RuneScape because I was bored with life, and I was like, okay, school's boring, RuneScape's fun. I started streaming it because I made YouTube videos, just kind of funny, trolly RuneScape videos, and people were like, oh, you should stream on Twitch. It's even better than, making YouTube videos. I'm like, okay. And I started streaming on Twitch, and after about a month of 30 viewers, I just progressively started to get more and more through doing random odd stuff on the game that nobody else did, which made me stand out.
Nice. So you started to do well with that, and then did Pokemon Go come into play at some point in this?
Yeah, after about 6 months, Pokemon Go came into play.
Oh, so it wasn't that long. Okay.
I was already an established RuneScape streamer at the time, and
established what? How many viewers?
I was peaking up to 10K viewers during some special events.
Wow, that's
an average 5K.
Yeah. And okay, so at what point, how long does it take after you start streaming RuneScape for you to start making a significant amount of money on Twitch? Because I'm kind of new to the whole monetization thing on there.
Well, I got partnership about a month and a half after I started streaming, and that's when I started making money.
Okay. And is it good money? Did you start thinking about quitting your job right away? Or?
It was weird, man. So I started off... the first month that I was streaming, I made $12 in donations. The next month, I made $700, and that's the month I also got partnership.
Uh-huh.
And then the month after I made $700, I made I believe $8,000.
Wow.
So it was a big jump.
So you went from absolutely jack shit, just getting started, to making what most people have to go to college to earn in a month. Not just go to college, but get a really good job. You could be a doctor making $8,000 a month. And it all just happened instantaneously, is what you're telling us. So it's that easy.
Well, I just got lucky. So there's a mode called Dead Man mode on RuneScape that came out, and as soon as that came out, everybody in the RuneScape section blew up, and that's how I got my start.
Dead Man mode. Can you try to explain what this is to an idiot like me who's never played RuneScape? And also, can we hang out and play RuneScape sometime? Because I feel like I should try this out.
Yeah, of course. It's the best game to play when you're just high as fuck.
I want to know everything about what's going on in the internet subcultures, So it's the idea that there are video games out there that I know nothing about kind of pains me.
Well, I mean, yeah, RuneScape is just a game where you grind, and the Dead Man mode is a game where you grind, and then you die, and you do it all over again.
Okay.
So that's a good way to put it.
Interesting. All right. I have no idea what you're talking about. I need to watch some videos or something, man. All right. So $8,000. So how are you feeling throughout this? Because I bet that $700 felt like it was a fucking boatload of money at the time when you're probably, what were you making as a line cook? $500 a week or something?
Yeah, I was making about $400 or $500.
Okay. And so then all of a sudden you make $700 just streaming. And are you starting to already feel holy shit?
Well, I made $700 in that month. So I was like, all right, that's extra pocket money. That's not a big deal. And then Deadman mode came out. And I went from 900 viewers to 4,000 just overnight.
Right.
And then I literally made $700 more than that in the first day Dead Man Moan came out.
And so that 8,000 though, did that make you quit your job and everything?
Yes, I quit my job 2 months after that. It was a few months after that because I wanted to wait till I get a good amount of subscribers because I know donations are not very reliable.
They're not.
So I wanted to get a reliable income.
Interesting. Okay, so that starts just going real good. You quit, and at the time, this is still all RuneScape. At what point did you start to like try other things?
I'd say about 4 months into my streaming career, I was, people were spamming me to play more than just RuneScape because they were getting bored of it.
Okay.
So I started playing I started with Outlast, and I went from on RuneScape I was getting 5K viewers average. On Outlast I held 2K viewers, 3K viewers. I'm like, holy shit! Like this, people actually want to see more than just they actually want to see me as a streamer, not the game. And that's what really changed my mentality.
Was that kind of your concern early on? It was they might, because I know that's probably the concern for a lot of the Pokemon Go YouTubers that I'm friends with, that I fuck with, is that at a certain point they don't know, are kids only watching this for Pokemon, or do they actually appreciate me at some point?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I figured out that people were actually watching for the stream and not the game, I was like, okay, I can make this could be a long-term thing, some sort of career or something.
Right.
Because, I thought if they only watch me for RuneScape, eventually they're going to get bored of it. They're going to leave. It's not long-term. It's short-term money. So that changed my mentality.
Do you feel like you were just good at streaming from day one? Did you always have a knack for it, you think?
No, my first stream, I didn't have a webcam. My second stream, the whole week of when I first started, after I showed half of my face as a gimmick, and then I was like, fuck it, I'll show my whole face. And I don't know, dude, I was really bad at it. And then just because I was really awkward, I used to be a really awkward person, and then streaming kind of opened me up and made me socially extroverted.
I love seeing that happen to people like Nick from Trainer Tips, who's my fucking Pokemon Go BFF. He I saw him go from being such a fucking nerd when he started out doing his channel to now being way confident on camera, and even the way he talks to people, it seems like he just got I like it when I see somebody who makes a lot of online content, and then you can sort of see the effect that it has on their personality.
Yeah, it changes you as a person completely.
It's crazy. All right, so
I would also say it also matures you about 5 years mentally.
Yeah, totally. Why do you feel like this has been a wild ride that's made you fucking have to grow up like crazy because you've just been taught so many goddamn lessons?
Yeah, I mean, I've only been streaming for 2 years, but it feels like it's been 10 years. I talk to other people that are my age, and I'm definitely 5 years ahead of them in maturity levels. It's just because when you have all these people watching you, you quickly learn what is acceptable and what is not acceptable in society. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like the average person, a lot of times you hang out with somebody. I see it all the time where I hang out with somebody that's just not used to being around people. They're young and they're just saying super offensive shit. They don't know how to act around people. And it's with you just have this giant fucking magnifying glass over your actions every day because people just see everything you're doing, huh?
Yeah. It makes you really think about what you're about to do before you do it.
Totally. Because I was reading this Rolling Stone article about you, and sort of the whole premise of the whole thing is that you're this insanely offensive and not terrible person, but that basically they try to make it out like that's the whole basis of your channel is how offensive you are. And I'm like, man, I never really got that whole vibe.
I mean, when I'm streaming, I definitely don't give a fuck because I just don't need to. Just why give a fuck? You know what I mean? I know what is acceptable and what's not acceptable, but I just typically don't give a fuck. I mean, if I'm not streaming, I will care a lot more because there's just no reason to just, there's more reason to give a fuck. So I was like, all right, but I definitely do know. I'm definitely pretty mature.
It feels like the whole talking to girls thing on stream is a big controversial thing in terms of that's weird because it's walking up to a girl and talking to her on the street is every guy has had to do it at a certain point in their life. But then when people actually see it on camera, a lot of times they just seem horrified. How dare you just go bother somebody? It's the world is too PC for a guy to just talk to a girl.
I mean, I would have to say it like this. I'm not the worst thing that's ever gone up to those girls. They see worse things every fucking day. I mean, me just having a camera just gives them more of an opportunity to, I don't know, be crazy, I suppose. I don't know. It's people who get offended with that type of shit are people who don't even leave their house and don't even know how the world fucking works.
So have you dealt with a huge amount of that though, in terms of just people just acting like that's kind of your whole gig is to just, be offensive to random women on the street?
I mean, yeah, I've got that before, and I'm just like, all right, you're a fucking retard, and then I just shut him down because it's stupid. Like, I mean, first of all, it's not my whole gig. I do it like, you know, every once in a while, just go and mess with people, but it's more of like I don't know, people who get offended over little things like that, like they just need to get their priorities straight.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing online, though, is that those kind of people are able to make so much noise that it's like it doesn't really matter if their opinions are super popular or not when they are offended by something because they're so good at amplifying that message out there to so many people that you end up feeling like you've offended a ton of people. But then there's a lot of people who are willing to like latch onto it. Like if there was a little tiny viral clip of you doing something that's perceived as offensive, it's like people are so ready to like gather around that and be like, this is a terrible person, even though I have just watched this 10-second clip of him.
I get a lot of that actually. There was this one clip of me, or was one image of me looking at my phone when I was talking. I asked the guy a question. I looked at my phone afterward while he was talking to me because I'm like multitasking at the same time. And there had like 2,000 upvotes on Reddit. People were just flipping out like, oh, how dare you look at your phone when you're talking to somebody? It's so rude. And I'm just sitting here thinking, I'm like, do you not understand how much I'm multitasking? I'm reading like chat room, reading donations. I'm talking to the dude. I'm listening to him. I have my camera in my hand. Like I have so many things going on that people don't understand when they're watching the stream. They think I'm just like, it's like an everyday, like I'm just like completely normal conversation, but it's not. I do a million things going on.
When I hang out with Andy Milanakis, it's kind of like, I feel bad for him in a way. Same thing. It's just I'm looking at the chat. He's looking at the chat. He's looking at you. He's looking at me. He's filming. He's having to make sure he doesn't get banned for something. It's just like it seems like a whole lot to take in because it's a lot of times I think of it like streaming is almost like vlogging, but it's like the live version of vlogging. And that the cool part is that then you don't have to go edit it, but it's like you have to edit yourself while you're doing it. So there's this like constant sort of level of stress thinking about it instead of like, oh, you got to go edit everything at the end of the day.
Yeah, you definitely you kind of have to edit yourself. I mean, I don't do too much editing of myself. Like I said, I personally don't give a fuck, but a lot of people do, and I still edit myself a little bit. I'm not completely the same, you know, on stream and off stream. I'm the same person mentally, but I'm just a little bit more, you know, excited when I'm on stream, and you have like the hype of like your chat room and stuff going on, and things like that.
So how'd you get into doing the IRL thing from doing the video game thing, though?
Pokemon Go.
Okay, so that was it, though. Like you just decided I'm going to start streaming this as soon as it came out?
Yeah, Pokemon Go came out. I saw that Wreckful had 50K viewers, and I was like, that looks really fun. And so I was like, and I was getting bored of video games at this time because I was doing variety stuff, and I was like, all right, this is boring. I don't know what to do now. I was running out of games to play. And so I did Pokemon Go. That first Pokemon Go stream, I got, I think, 20K viewers, and I've never had anywhere over 12K viewers before. So that was a big fucking blow up, and I'm like, holy shit. And I did that every day for the next week, and like 20K viewers.
So how long did you do Pokemon Go for, though?
I did it for about a month.
A month? God damn it, bro. I'm still playing. What level are you on?
I think I got to level 5. So
5?
I would pretend to play it and then just walk around and fuck with people.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that has nothing in common with the way I played it. I was fucking going hard, man. I watched one of my old vlogs from about a year ago, and it was straight up like we put in like a good solid like 10 hours one day just stomping around playing that shit. I don't know what the fuck we were thinking.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm not really too into video games anymore, and at that time I wasn't either. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna pretend to play something, and then let's just do something else instead, just so I can stream it on Twitch. You know what I mean?
Right. But so this was the time period where you still had to be playing a video game on Twitch?
Yeah, you had to.
It's so weird when you think about that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just an awkward rule.
See, I didn't know about that until more recently, but I think it's cool that you don't have to fucking pretend to play some bullshit anymore. This is a terrible rule.
Dude, the amount of times I've gone out and I would like, I don't know, there was this category called social eating, and you're supposed to like eat in your bedroom and like people watch you eat. And what I did, I'd like order a McDonald's hamburger, like walk around the street with like a burger in my hand and just take one bite every 2 minutes. It was the most awkward thing ever, but it worked.
But it worked in terms of what, you getting more followers from that section?
More followers from doing like non-gaming stuff,
yeah,
while not getting banned at the same time for non-gaming.
Right. Wow, that's very interesting. It's very tricky. How many followers did you get up to it on Twitch at one point?
I was at 290,000 followers.
Jesus Christ. Is that, you're one of the biggest people on there? Or was that the biggest?
I mean, there's people with over 1 million followers on Twitch.
Oh, there is?
But
Okay,
I had really high engagement for viewer count and stuff.
Damn, that's crazy. So what's the most viewers you've ever had in one stream at a time?
I had 33,000 viewers.
Jesus Christ. When was that?
I went to New York City, and I was riding a bike with a first person, like a GoPro on my forehead. And it was my first time in New York City, so I didn't know anything. I didn't know the rules. Haven't ridden a bike in like 10 years.
Right.
So I was like really awkward and horrible riding
Wait,
around.
you rented one of those city bikes?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was super awkward riding around, and I almost got hit by a car like 3 times, and it was super like entertaining.
So how does that end up getting that many viewers, though? Do you think that everybody's just talking about it and spreading it around? Is that like, what's the main factor?
I mean, non-gaming stuff on Twitch is like a brand new thing as well at that time. So then in combination of me like never being in New York, riding a bike, having good quality like from a GoPro, it was a bunch of variables came together, and like no other big streamers online, and it just 33,000.
Damn, amazing. So does it feel like, and have you always felt like that you have a love affair with someone who doesn't really want you when it comes to Twitch, because they just ban you over and over, and you just want to be yourself, you just want to be able to do whatever you do, and then they're just like, no, you can't be yourself, you have to be terrified of every little thing?
Yeah, so when I was on Twitch, I was banned 6 times. The first like 3 times was just my fault. It's just stupid bullshit, like donations coming in saying fucked up shit, and I would like turn it off, but by the time it's too late. And the other times.
But it's kind of amazing that people in the Twitch community even have just accepted that if somebody else says the N-word in your chat, that then you are held accountable. Like I don't understand this world that we live in which we are, as a creator, you have to be held accountable for that. That just seems like an insane rule to start off with.
Yeah, I mean I personally think it's stupid as well. I mean, just for comparison, on YouTube, I have text-to-speech on with barely any moderation, and I barely get any N-words. Like, it just doesn't happen.
In the comments? On YouTube live stream now, yeah.
Like when in donations.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
on Twitch, you'd get it all the time because shit.
Why is that?
Because they can ban you.
Yeah.
And people want to get you fucking banned.
Right.
And then on YouTube, it doesn't ban you, so I'd never fucking get N-word donations.
So isn't that bizarre? It's like Twitch is basically creating a system that encourages people to do this, to encourage people to like false flag content.
I guess in like a weird way. I don't want to say it like that, but I'd say like I understand where they're coming from. They don't want a bunch of streams like the N-word blaring out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you add a rule, there's a lot of edgy people, and they're gonna try and fuck with the rule to get somebody they don't like banned.
Feels like that's like the culture of Twitch is like edgy ass motherfuckers who just really want to like stir some shit up. It's like a bunch of trolls and shit.
When you're in an environment where everything's live and everything's unfiltered, the trolls will start to come out, and you have to be able to control them. Otherwise, they will consume your channel. I didn't I didn't take control of the trolls, so they definitely consumed my channel, but not in a bad way. I don't think trolls are a bad thing.
What do you mean when you say consumed your channel, though?
Well, consume my channel in the way of outsiders who don't know or don't watch my stream will start to think that I, as a person, am very toxic when it's just just completely false.
Yeah.
But like I said, troll viewers not necessarily a bad thing. They're the loudest viewers that somebody could possibly have. So there's the good and there's the bad.
Right. So do you have to have like a whole bunch of mods that like keep track of like booting people out for fucking doing stupid shit?
Yeah. You need to. The mods need to be on it.
Interesting.
Otherwise, your chat will be just AIDS.
My chat was AIDS last night. We were at like 600 viewers, and it was terrible. It was like the worst.
Amplify that by 20.
Shit. Yeah. But can't you like, when it comes to like N-words in the chat and stuff, can't you just block the N-word, right?
Oh yeah, but there's a million ways to spell it out.
Oh really?
Another way or something.
And then you could still get blocked once people have come up with a creative way to spell it.
There's never going to be a way to block it entirely. There's always going to be. Think of how many combinations there are, like
So
on a keyboard. So
from a word that I would think that most people would be pretty happy to just not say.
Yeah.
At least in the non-black portion of the community. Jesus Christ. That is so crazy. So, all right, but money-wise, you were like ranting and raving about the $8,000 a month, saying that was so awesome to you at that time. If you had an $8,000 a month from streaming right now, how would you feel? Would that be a huge step backwards from what you're doing right now?
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, I've done something wrong.
Right,
I mean?
okay.
So, as bad as that sounds, but...
So how specific do you like to get about how the money is these days?
I mean, I'm completely transparent and open. I don't care if people know.
So how much?
How much did I make last month?
Sure.
My average about $20K a month.
Nice. So how's that feel? You ever thought you would get there?
Well, all right, I should probably redo this. So $20K a month, but since I do IRL, I have a shitload of expenses. So I'm actually profiting probably about $10K a month.
Really?
Which is still a shitload, but it's not like, oh, $20K, like it's not what they think. Like,
but when it comes to expenses, do you include everything? Does that include your gas and your car and your house and everything?
Yeah, it's like, rent, Uber, I have an employee, I have, a developer, I travel a lot, planes, hotels. I have a lot of fucking expenses.
Spending $10K a month in LA is not that hard. Surprising. A lot of people are going to think I'm crazy for saying that, but like, especially when you're out on the go, traveling around, doing stuff like you're talking about all the time, like I could completely, and there's a lot of costs probably that are associated with running a Twitch stream or a YouTube stream now all the time, like that just add up that people probably don't think about. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I spend about $1,000 a month in data to stream.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's
and a lot of gear because when you're constantly on the go, your gear, wires and shit start to wear down. You have to buy new shit over and over. So.
Interesting. And so you do a ton of experimentation with like your gear in general, though. I was reading that. So is that just a constant thing that you like to fuck with? Have you always been a gear guy?
Not until recently. I mean, I have this like weird obsession to try and perfect like something that is not perfect yet. So like streaming from a computer is already like perfected. Everyone knows how to do it. Streaming like on the go is something that's very imperfect and a lot of people don't know how to do. So I'm like, my obsession is like to try and perfect that. So I could be like, okay, I was the one who perfected this before everyone else. It's like a race, like a space race back in like the 1960s, but streamer race.
Because like 2 or 3 years from now, there'll probably be cameras that are just perfect for streaming or vlogging or all the things the new things that people do with cameras. But it's like you still kind of just have to deal with the fact that there's nothing really ideal, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of innovating for sure.
It's crazy. Wait, so when you're talking about the $20K a month, is that really consistent? Is most of that from like subscriptions and stuff that you can really count on, or is a lot of it donations that are sort of more all over the place?
So when I was on Twitch, my subscriptions, it was about half. I would get about $9K a month in subscriptions, and then the rest in like donations, like $11K or something donations. And then sometimes I'd get like the odd off sponsor, an extra $10K for that month.
And when you would get a brand deal like that, what would you have to do?
Like play a game.
Oh, okay. It would be by the game developer.
Yeah, play some game for like 4 hours or something.
Interesting. Damn, just 4 hours. That's fucking tight. That's a kind of brand deal that you wish you had every day, huh?
Yeah, I mean, not every day, but
not every day, but a lot.
It's it's good.
That's the maddening shit about the brand deal stuff is that I've gotten some like dope like 10K brand deal type stuff, and it's like really cool, but then you don't get another one for 2 or 3 months or some shit that is sort of like spread out. I don't know. Maybe you get more offers than I do, but
I mean, a lot of offers, but all because somebody offers you 10K doesn't mean you should take it. I get a lot of offers. People want to pay like 10K, and it seems weird not to take something for $10,000. But if you take something every week for a month for $10,000, cool. You made 40 grand that month, but you also may have alienated half your viewership, and the next month you won't get those sponsors because you have half your viewership, and now you have. Now you just fucked yourself.
But, okay, what is an example of something that you think could have that big of an impact? Because, like, I've taken brand deals to do, like, little iPhone games that are, like, 60 seconds at the beginning of a vlog. And I was like, you know what? This is fucking harmless for my channel. Nobody's really going to give a fuck. It doesn't affect my fan base at all.
Well, that's not bad. That's a little bit different. If I were to play, like, some weird game that nobody wants to see for like 6 hours every 2 days. You know what I mean? People are
every 2 days for sure, but maybe like one time you could probably get away with it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much did it like once a month.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, see, the brand deal stuff for streaming type people is way, way different. So what attracts you to streaming over vlogging, just for example? Because they seem like they have many similarities.
Vlogging just seems forced to me, to be honest. Like, a lot of my... when you have a chat room going and you're reading and there's like thousands of people in a chat room talking about you and your stream and what you're doing, it's sort of like you go with the flow, it hypes you up and it makes everything less forced, because it's like they're already like, it's like you're talking to other people.
Right.
So if you're just talking to a camera by yourself, it's like you're having to force this weird emotion that you don't have because there's nobody watching you.
But that's what's interesting, though. A lot of times when I'm making a vlog or whatever, even a podcast, is like I'm thinking a big part of what I enjoy about it is not just the fact I'm having the conversation or the fact that, you're going to make money from the content or whatever. The big part that I enjoy is like getting to go read like fucking a couple thousand comments after the fact. But it's funny that to you, you're so like jaded to the constant flow of information that you're like, no, I need that on the spot while I'm making the content. I need to know what these motherfuckers think.
I mean, it's weird, man. Just making a video it's so fucking weird because you just don't know which direction to take it. When I'm reading the chat, I'm constantly improvising on how I should act and what I should say and what I should do. So I'm like used to that. So going the vlogging just seems so fucking forced.
It's interesting because I probably would not really understand the effect that you're talking about if I hadn't been streaming for the past couple of months, because like that's the thing that makes me stay up until 3 or 4 in the morning fucking streaming on this shit is just 100% the fact that it's like wow, there's still fucking 800 people in here and they're still fucking talking about what I'm doing and I'm still getting donations here and there. So it's like I might as well just fucking keep going on that. And there's just something about it where it's like you do start to have that feeling like, oh, I'm in this together with these fucking fans and I don't want to let them down because we're all sort of, if I wrap this up at 12:30 and then what the fuck are they going to do till 2 or 3 when they want to go to bed?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel that way too, but I've come to the point where it's like, all right, my time is done. It's time to go.
Yeah, it's easier for you to cut it off.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times I don't like cutting it off, but you know when you have to. Otherwise, I mean, for me personally, like there's just sometimes it just gets stale. So it's like, all right, let's cut it off so people don't start to think like, okay, his stream is stale now because it was stale for 10 minutes.
So what kind of schedule do you force yourself to keep these days in terms of streaming? Or do you bother to like have any discipline about it?
Well, so I try to schedule 3 p.m. PST every day,
Okay.
5 days a week, but it doesn't ever work out. Shit always comes up. I mean, if I was just sitting at a computer and streaming all the time, it would be a little bit different. I could keep that schedule. I used to keep that schedule a lot easier. But when you're like streaming and you're doing like IRL and real life and it's so many weird variables come up, it fucks you over.
Yeah. So a lot of times you miss the 3 p.m. basically.
Yeah, but it typically I try to aim for around that time.
Interesting. Okay. And so then what, you just stay out as late as possible or until it feels right or what?
Until it feels right.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's 5 hours, sometimes it's 2 hours. It's how I feel that day. Because if the weird thing is you're only as good as like your past 2 streams.
Right.
People will forget how your stream was 2 weeks ago if the last 2 days have been shit. And that's weird.
Yeah, it's interesting to me because I feel like I sort of dread, like I go long periods of time without looking at the chat and stuff because I sort of don't want to be basing what I'm doing on what my fans think. Like when it comes to the vlogging thing, like I feel like I kind of know what I would have to do if I wanted to get a lot more views on my vlogs. Like I could kind of think of like what I could tailor my life to be all about. I would probably have to go hang out with a lot of rappers and porn stars and stuff, to be honest. I would have to just constantly force myself into those situations to get good thumbnails. And I would have to just care about thumbnails a lot more in general. But I'm just kind of, when it comes to vlogging, I'm just sort of like doing whatever I feel like. And I'm not really concerned about like what the fuck the viewers think so much. I do things like for them. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, do you ever feel like you're sort of like being directed by them?
Yeah, so when I first went on YouTube from Twitch, I literally was so fucking scared of losing my entire fan base, everything I worked hard for. So I was like following everything they would do to a fucking T. I would go on Reddit and I would just read everything and follow what they do to a T. And after about a month or 2 months of that, I just fucking lost my mind. Like I just couldn't do it anymore. I just every day I'd wake up and I would dread streaming. I would dread waking up. I just want to sleep. I didn't want to do anything because I was forcing myself to live in a way that I didn't want to live. And I know I would only stream for 5 hours a day, but my entire life and personality completely changed because even though I was only streaming for 5 hours, Reddit and social media was literally consuming my entire life because I would sit there and read just constantly the social media just all day, stuck in my room. So, you know what I mean? And recently, just after I came back from Europe like 2 weeks ago, I just at the time had a realization like, who gives a fuck what people say or think? You know what I mean? I'm going to do what I think is right.
Yeah.
I take into what they say for consideration, but I'm going to do what I think is right because otherwise I'm going to get depressed. And if I'm depressed, it's going to suffer my stream.
Yeah. So let's talk about when you got banned. Was this because you've been banned like a bunch of times, but then did you know that this was the final one, like pretty much when it happened, when you got banned for this incident where you got swatted on the plane?
Yeah. So, I mean, the ban before that, I was banned for 45 days, and they told me, all right, one more ban and it's going to be a perm.
And what happens when you get banned for 45 days when this is like your whole source of income and stuff? Like, what do you do?
Well, I mean, I wasn't too nervous about it because at the time I still had like subscribers. So that month I was banned. I literally sat in my room all day and didn't do shit. Still made 10 grand.
So the getting banned thing doesn't change the subscriber money coming in.
Right.
That's nice to know. I didn't know that.
Still get paid. Yeah.
That almost seems kind of ridiculous, to be honest. Like, oh, you fucked up, but you're still getting paid.
It's weird. Yeah.
But so you did nothing, given that you couldn't stream. You just were chilling. You just didn't want to do anything.
I mean, I tried doing like vlogs, but like I said, it's too forced.
Yeah.
I couldn't stream at any other site because of the contract with Twitch.
I didn't know that.
So they didn't let you do that. So I kind of just moved. I took my time. I moved to California from Florida at that time, and just tried to completely just find out who I was as a person.
So I can't get partnered with Twitch because of the fact that I also stream on YouTube Live? You have to pick one or the other?
You can get partnered, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to stream on YouTube Live anymore if you stream on Twitch and you're partnered with them.
Really?
Pretty sure, yeah.
I ain't getting partnered then. Fuck that. They can't own me.
I mean, it's. I guess it's just business.
Interesting. Wow, that's really interesting. So that means that I might not be able to have a sub box or the donation box, like, unless I partner. You can't get those things unless you partner with them.
You can get donations, but you can't get a subscriber, like a bunch of emotes and stuff without being partnered.
Wow.
And also, you won't get like when you're partnered, you get a lot more resources from the staff at Twitch, and they'll help you, and you have like somebody you can actually like call up and like any time of the day.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a non-partner, they kind of just there's little support.
You start to feel like maybe you just got tricked into like consulting with me about my Twitch career right now, because I'm basically like asking for advice at this point. I just realized.
I mean, no. I mean, I don't know. I don't mind. I'm giving you a good insight.
I'm just so new to the whole thing. I'm like trying to like really learn the lay of the land and stuff, you know?
Yeah. I mean, how long have you been streaming?
I've been doing YouTube Live, and then, well, now all of a sudden I'm on Twitch. I've done like 1.5 streams on Twitch, and on YouTube I did it maybe, for over the course of like 2 months. Maybe I did it like 10 nights or something like that in total. But I'm really like, I was having a great time on YouTube Live. Now all of a sudden I have to get used to Twitch, and everybody's acting like they're so scared that I'm gonna get banned because I'm watching rap videos and stuff, and there's just random stuff in the videos. There's girls and they kind of got bikinis on. People are terrified.
I mean, if you're not purposely trying to like break the rules, you'll be fine. And playing rap videos should be okay.
Yeah. See, at first somebody was in the comments like, you can't have guns. I'm like, okay, well, if I can't have rap videos with guns in it, then this whole thing's a rap, because there's no rap videos have guns in them. That's just how it is.
Yeah. I mean, do you feel like any different, like streaming on the different platform? Like, do you feel like when you're streaming, like you act a little bit differently, or no?
On YouTube Live versus Twitch?
Yeah.
No, and I'm brand new to Twitch. I just feel like I've sort of been getting the hang of Twitch. It seems like a different crowd in the comments a little bit. I'm definitely getting like less than half as many viewers on Twitch, so that's the main thing that I'm really just concerned with. It's like it's tough to go from that feeling like you're X level popular and then going to negative X level popular.
Twitch is based around gaming. It's just it is a way different audience than on YouTube for sure.
So okay, let's talk. I want to talk about what it was like for you making the switch to YouTube, but let's talk about that ban in particular. When you did the 45 days, you're bored as fuck, trying to find yourself. You didn't think of so you couldn't do YouTube Live during that. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. And then you get back on it. And how long were you back from that ban before you had this incident on the plane?
4 months.
4 months straight of not being banned.
Mm-hmm.
So loving life, everything's going great.
Yep, and then I streamed at the airport, and I got swatted, and then I got banned. It was weird because I streamed at an airport like at least 5 times before that.
Right.
Completely fine.
Were you very cautious though? Were you thinking about it like, oh, this is definitely something where there's an opportunity?
Wouldn't be the first time I showed my gate.
Right.
So I literally would stream myself walking onto my plane.
Right.
From sitting in the chair or whatever. So that wasn't the first time, so I wasn't like afraid of like streaming in an airport. I didn't think it was like a big deal since I've done it so many times before. Like I was trying to vlog, like vlog live, like that's what I was going for. And then after I got banned, actually when I first got banned, I didn't even know why I got banned. I looked at it and I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Well, you didn't know it was for the swatting thing, even though the swatting thing had just happened.
No, because I got told by Twitch staff the day before that I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
I asked and he was like,
"Oh, that's bitch made."
Well, he didn't know, I guess. And I was like, am I going to get banned for this? He's like, it didn't happen on stream, so you should be okay.
Right.
And then some more like legal issues like got more involved, or so I was told.
So there was like more pressure on Twitch to do it?
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I think it was like I don't want to like say like blatant like statements that I don't know about, because I don't really know much about the situation, to be honest, but it's probably something to do with PR.
Yeah. But that's what's so crazy about it. To me, it's like I can't imagine worse PR for Twitch than banning you, who is like objectively one of the biggest people on it, someone who clearly cares about it more than anyone. It would be like taking like your star employee, the guy who you're really not even paying, you're just taking a percentage of the money that he's earning, and then you're just going to fire him because of something that happened that was really almost 100% out of your control.
Yeah, I mean...
I feel like we're in like Saudi Arabia sometimes when we talk about these streaming platforms, because there's these punishments. It's like honor killings and shit where like women get killed for like they get raped and then they get the death penalty for it.
Yeah.
That's what happened to you. You got raped and then you got the death penalty.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we're gonna put it like that,
might be kind of a crude metaphor.
I've been raped a lot of times on Twitch because I keep wearing that fucking short dress. You know what I mean? So
you're asking for it, as they would say.
Because I mean, in the end, like I did create the community, and I mean, it was one guy who swatted me, so I shouldn't say it like that. What I should say is, throughout my entire 4 months of doing IRL, I had constant like bullshit events. Like I got my camera smashed. I had a guy commit suicide. I had a lot of fucked up shit happen on my stream.
Yeah.
And it's just constantly just bad PR for Twitch. So.
Yeah, you had a lot of bad things that were sort of happening, even though like the suicide, that's like 100% that wasn't your fault, right?
Right.
That sucks. It's like just sort of bad luck. Like I've been riding my bike and being out in public and shit all the time for like so fucking long. I never seen a suicide, you know. I've seen a couple murders and shit. But that is the weird thing is that like if something happens, it's like for me, like I've seen people get shot and stuff, but it's like I'm not filming myself, so it's like I don't have any evidence of it. But if I had been filming myself and that happened, it would have been probably on Drama Alert and all this other bad PR bullshit that Twitch cares about, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. Twitch and their IRL section is weird, man, because they have really fairly strict rules, and IRL is a very unstrict environment, you know.
Yeah,
it's real,
exactly.
fucking real life.
In real life, you might see a homeless person bend over and eat their own shit. It might just happen.
Actually, I was streaming on Twitch one day, and some homeless guy came up and showed me his dick, and
Yeah.
I fucking flipped out, dude. And
Did you get it out of the lens fast enough?
Yeah, I did.
Just barely.
Just barely. I fucking freaked out, dude. And that's just, you know, when this is my opinion, but when something's your livelihood, and something's out of your control like that, you shouldn't really have to freak out. You know what I mean? Yeah. It should just be like, oh fuck, that happened. All right, let's just move on. Yeah. You shouldn't have to be like worried and freaked out afterward.
That other people could commit crimes against your well-being, and that then it would affect you. It just seems so fucked up. Where's the sense of justice? That's when you start to think about the fact that these tech startups like Google and Facebook, they have basically become like the law, so that when something fucked up happens on there, it's like you can't go tell the police. You have to deal with their little law enforcement group that they've created. Like when I get 95% of my YouTube revenue slashed, it's like, okay, well, what can I do about it? I can't go tell the cops. I can't file a lawsuit. It's like now we realize that like this is kind of the problem with allowing Google to basically be fucking judge, jury, and executioner, man.
Yeah, they have the power, man. They
fucked.
But it's shit. It is what it is.
Yeah,
but back to that swatting thing. Yeah, I mean, that basically they said it was, you know, I was banned because I showed my gate number and I was like asking for it because I was like, oh, but you know, I showed my gate number. Oh, what are you guys gonna do? Like in like a sarcastic, you know, kind of tone. You know, it's kind of I'm a very sarcastic person on stream. But it was just taken the wrong way, and people said I was asking for it.
So when you found out you got banned, how upset were you? How'd you feel? Because it's like all the followers, the subscribers. It's just a straight up like, oh, here, all this money you thought you were gonna make to afford your life for the next year, no, gone.
I mean, for me personally, it wasn't really about like money loss that I was worried about. It was more so like I was completely lost.
Yeah, nothing to do. Yeah.
In what I would do now, because I mean, streaming is the thing that got me out of my shell in the first place. I was like a really awkward person before it. And then I was like worried that, okay, I didn't know what the fuck to do anymore. My name is like all over Google and like weird fucking scenarios. Then it'd be like hard to like be normal afterward. Like people look that shit up. And
so you don't think you could go be a manager at a Chipotle now?
I mean, maybe, but I'd have to do some convincing.
Yeah, that would be weird. Like anything that you would want to do after this with your life, it's like it's kind of like you did porn for a while.
I'm gonna have to like do some explaining. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's so strange. Okay, so then, but did you know right away? Like, okay, I'm gonna have to fucking do YouTube live.
Yeah. So I got banned. While I was at an event in Texas for a gaming event. So that was like super fucking awkward, dude, because I was supposed to like show up at this event and I'm banned. It's like, what the fuck? So I was like, I sat in my hotel room for like a day. And I was just contemplating my fucking life, and then eventually I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go to this event and I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna see what people say. And I went there and people were like, oh, I'm so sorry about your ban, but we love you and like we like you. Like I saw that people liked me as a person and they didn't really care about the Twitch account, you know what I mean? So
you had started to think of yourself as almost like not being separable from the fucking internet persona, or not even the persona, but the sheer followers and like what comes with that. Because that's kind of the weird thing about the internet is that if you've got 1 million subscribers and another guy's got 100,000 subscribers, everybody kind of knows that guy makes 10 times as much money as him and has 10 times as much sway or influence, roughly. Yeah. It's like a weird thing that like you start to believe that that's really a judgment or a measure of who you are as a person over time, right?
Seriously, it is, man. But after I all those people told me like, okay, we like you as a person, we love you, and we're sorry. I was like, okay, it's not the Twitch account why I'm popular. It's me.
The Twitch account helped to make you popular.
Right. And that's when I finally had that realization. I wasn't sad anymore. I was like, okay, you know what? This gives me new motivation. Because when you're on Twitch and you're constantly like top 5 streamer, you're constantly pulling like 10, 20K viewers, you lose motivation. Because it's like, all right, I've already reached the top. Like, just time to just roll in on the money.
What can I do from here? Yeah,
like,
at a certain point, yeah.
And I was like getting bored of it, you know? So now, you know, I was thinking, okay, shit. I have 20K followers on YouTube. This is gonna take some fucking work. I got motivated again, and I was like, let's fucking do it. And I just started, and I advertised that I'm gonna do YouTube Live on my Reddit and Twitter and everything. And just 2 days later, after my ban, I streamed on YouTube, and everything just had been going very well from there on out.
It's been going good. And how many months has it been?
It's been 3 months.
3 months.
Since
Okay.
the ban.
So, and you went from 20K to what, like 200K? On
Yeah,
YouTube?
I have 230K followers right now.
Nice.
In 3 months, so that's pretty good.
Pretty dope.
My viewer count hasn't really suffered too much. It's hard to say. So
How
when
many you get on average these days?
right now these days, an average would be 10 to 12K on like average. If I do something special, it can go up to 20K.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, it's just 3 months later, so it's that's very good.
But YouTube Live is kind of limited in terms of like making money from it, right? There's no subscriptions and stuff, right?
No, there is. There's something called a sponsor button, and that is the same thing as a subscriber on Twitch. You pay $4 a month to the YouTube live streamer, and that's the same thing, $4 a month.
How do I not know about this? What the fuck? I'm on that shit. Nobody told me about that.
It's in beta, so and only
Oh.
like 10 YouTube streamers have it.
Oh, really?
So, but next month they're releasing it with like custom emotes you can add to it and stuff for people with like over 1K followers, I think, or
Oh,
something.
that's cool. So how many subscribers do you have in that regard?
I have about 1,000 sponsors.
Wow, that's sick.
And then you can also get super chat, and then
Yeah.
also you don't
Super
have to
chat's what I've been doing.
moderate your Streamlabs. So on
Yeah.
Twitch, I had to turn off my text to speech because people were just saying the N-word way too fucking much. I was gonna get banned. But on YouTube, I can have the text to speech on. I get like an N-word once every fucking 3 hours because
And you don't have to do anything about it, right? You don't get in trouble
and
for that, do you?
I just ignore it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I make way more money YouTube Live than I do on Twitch just because I don't have to worry about the fucking bullshit with donations.
Wow, that's great. That's so cool. Damn, I'm so hearing you say that, and you having kind of seen the top of the mountain in terms of Twitch. You saying like, "Yo, YouTube Live actually is better." That really makes me feel a lot better about the fact that I've kind of clearly doubled down on YouTube Live and have been going full steam ahead with that until I got banned the other day.
I don't know if I'd say YouTube Live is necessarily better at this point in time. YouTube Live has been around for about a year. It's very new.
Yeah.
Twitch has been around for like, I don't know, 4 years or something. So YouTube Live still has a lot of work to do. Their chat room is not good. It's fucking trash. Their video player is very good. You can rewind it and shit. You can stream at way higher quality, up to like 4K and higher bit rate. It's just they have to work on like the chat and discovery methods for how you find people who stream. 'Cause at the moment, the only way to find people who stream is either get it in your suggested
Right.
video section
Or
or
be subscribed,
Be
yeah.
subscribed. But I recently just made this thing today, where if you are a YouTube live streamer, you can join my network, and in my extension that has 20,000 downloads, you click it, and it will show everybody who's live in my network by viewer count, just like how it is like on Twitch. So the discovery method for YouTube live streamers in my network is now very easy,
Really?
and I completely, you know what I mean.
So I can join your YouTuber live stream network?
If you were to join it, you would show up in my the sidebar of my Reddit, and you would also show up in my extension and my website with your YouTube channel.
What do I have to give up in order to sign with this network per
Like,
se?
you don't sign. You just
Oh.
go on my website and you click a button that says Join Streamer Network.
Oh, okay, cool.
There's no contract. I don't get any money from you. It's just I just basically made it way easier to find YouTube live streamers.
So that's a really cool idea, actually. Yeah, and I guess that is the main thing. Like when you're on Twitch and you're streaming live, that is the main benefit in terms of new followers and stuff, is that people are looking through the different sections and just sort of, it's like anytime you're on it, you're promoting yourself.
Right.
But then on YouTube, that's not really the case because there's no good discovery method. You're right. I never really thought about it like that. That is a big thing that's holding it back.
Actually, the best way I found to grow on YouTube is if you make videos and they get good views. So what I do is I upload my highlight videos and they'll pull like 100K, 200K views. And then I go and stream 2 hours after I put my highlight video up. So now people are like watching the highlight video before they watch the stream. And while I'm live, it says live now on the bottom left. So now, because when you upload a new video, it gets promoted by YouTube, and then when it gets promoted by YouTube, you get a non-subscribed people watching, and then it says live now on the bottom left, and they're like, oh shit, he streams right now. He streams on this account. This is how I find him.
Wow, that's really cool. How many subscribers did you pull last month?
Last month, I have no idea. Let me see. I probably like 50K.
It's been doing good. Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean,
That's cool.
right. This past week alone has been insane. I mean, like 3K followers a day.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, you mean subscribers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sick. Because your channel's a lot smaller than mine technically right now, and that's way more than I'm getting. So that's really good.
Well, I guess the more subscribers you have, the less
Potential subscribers you can get.
Yeah.
There's that, but then there's also the fact that like if you have a really big channel, then you have like more opportunities to get more new people seeing. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Anyway, that's cool though. So wait, so Twitch does have some benefits over YouTube Live, but that's really cool. I'm glad that. So do you feel like with the content you're pretty safe? Like you can be out, you can stream your day-to-day life, and then you're not going to have to worry about getting banned for something that's not your fault.
Yeah, I am definitely not getting banned on YouTube. Well, I mean, I could, but it's just it's a lot more way harder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because YouTube is used to so much shit. They're used to having all these actual videos, and like I got banned for basically showing a vagina by accident because it was somebody's SoundCloud art, for the record. So this to me, it's like, I get it. It totally makes sense that I got banned for that, even though I feel like, they're probably going to have to let it go like pretty quickly. But I mean, it makes sense. Vagina, I get it. Vaginas are not allowed on streaming. Perfect. It makes sense. But, some of the crazier things that you've gotten banned from are the sort of things that have really sort of worried me about, what's going on in the world.
With what, on Twitch or?
Yeah, just like the policies and stuff. I just feel like it's just way too strict, and it seems crazy to me. But
yeah, I mean, they're trying to have everyone conform to like they just want everything to be super clean for like advertisers. I get it, I do, but I just really feel it would be better for Twitch to just age restrict like YouTube. I do a lot of fucked up shit on my YouTube stream, and I just get age restricted if I do fucked up shit, or if I show like somebody's ass or something.
You show whole ass?
I show whole ass. I've played
no thong or nothing?
No thong, nothing.
Whose butt?
My friend's. He's a guy.
Okay, well, that's cool.
And I've played like uncensored games with like dicks and shit and like ejaculating on a fucking woman
on YouTube Live, and it's okay.
Yeah, it was a game though.
Yeah,
and it was okay. I just got age restricted.
That's cool.
They couldn't super chat or anything, but I'm not banned, so
that's really cool.
That should be the same policy that Twitch has.
Would you say you've just gotten like a complete and total flood of pussy from this whole streaming thing? Has it just been great?
So when you're when you streamed, you definitely have like some sort of cheat code for women.
In real life, or women who are watching?
In real life.
Really? Like somehow it just makes them light up, or what?
Well, it's weird. So when I was on Twitch, I didn't really make women light up. They'll be like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I live stream on Twitch," and they're like, "Okay." But now it's like, "Oh, I live stream on YouTube," and they like have more understanding because they didn't know what Twitch was. They know what YouTube is.
Yeah.
And they get fucking wet as shit.
So does that happen on the live stream ever, that you just end up randomly going back to a girl's house and fucking her?
It's happened a few times, but not very often. I'm not the type of dude who fucks women just left and right. I'm very, I like to have sex with women that I actually have some sort of connection with.
You should try strangers, man. It's fire. Just kidding.
I
love
mean,
my girlfriend.
Yeah. I don't know. It's, you definitely do get a lot of, my Snapchat is filled with pussies and tits and stuff. So,
really?
Yeah.
Damn, you have your Snapchat messages open. That's brave.
I've
had mine shut forever.
It keeps me from getting bored.
Yeah, that's nice. But so I understand. Is it true, like basically in the Rolling Stone article, which do you feel like that was overall kind of unfair?
No, I think it's about accurate. So the Rolling Stone article did say, I'm a very, outgoing and possibly offensive person when I stream. When I say I'm offensive, I don't think I'd say I'm very offensive. I do say jokes that are a little bit offensive, but it's a fucking joke, and if people can't deal with it, they can fuck off.
Yeah, they're making you sound like you're like fucking Rush Limbaugh or something. Like you're like this right-wing, like conservative asshole who's like a shock jock or something in that article, kind of.
I mean, I didn't really. I skimmed through it. It was really fucking. It was really fucking long, so I just skimmed through it.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know if I even finished it either. It was long.
But I'm definitely, when I stream, I just don't give a fuck. Because if you like, that's part of entertainment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think about like I don't know, like Louis C.K. Like if he was fucking super conformed to society, he wouldn't be entertaining or funny at all.
It's very true. But then on the other side of it, it's like, I don't know. It just seems like the more and more popular you get, the more and more you're gonna have to worry about. Like, you say something kind of rude to somebody on the street, boom, you got articles about you. You're a piece of shit. Blah blah blah. Like, one day Jake Paul is kind of like a regular guy, and then all of a sudden Jake Paul's super famous, and every little fucking thing he ever did, he made a little joke about the fucking Muslim guy blowing up the building or whatever. It wasn't anything that would have really stood out to me that much at all. But all of a sudden he's famous enough that that's on every fucking Twitter account. Blah blah blah.
Jake Paul is a little bit different of a story.
I'm not saying you're quite Jake Paul, yeah.
He's
he's his own little wave.
He's he didn't grow his channel from like offensiveness, or should I say?
True.
My channel. I'm not saying that I'm growing my channel on offensiveness, but I do say offensive things as a joke pretty often. So if I say, even when I get like 2 million subs, if I say something offensive, they're just used to it. They're like, oh, he's just Ice Poseidon. Like, fuck it, whatever.
Islamophobia hasn't really been a part of Jake Paul's brand up until that clip came out. That's when it sort of,
Right.
Yeah. That's a very good point. Very, very fair. So are you kind of like obsessed with the idea of like experimenting with the stream format? Because I noticed that recently you did that fucking Pain Olympics shit, which I thought was pretty interesting. You did the sleep stream, which I'm honestly thinking about doing that myself. Is that considered biting, the sleep stream thing?
Well, you can't sleep on Twitch.
You can't?
You can't sleep on Twitch. That
really?
Not from my knowledge. That'd be against the rules.
What is the rule that stops you from doing that?
Well, you can't interact with your chat. That's the rule.
You can't interact with it.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're streaming under IRL, you have to interact with your chat.
You have to. Okay.
Otherwise,
so you have to interact in some way.
I mean, otherwise they'd be getting a lot of like random fucking CCTV streams, and nobody wants to watch that shit.
See, I was thinking that maybe I would just honestly take like a Xanax, so I'd just be passed the fuck out, and so it'd be really hard to wake me up. And then maybe I could have like my girlfriend, and she stays up all night drinking Red Bull, and she operates the chat. So like they're blasting me with these songs and stuff, and then she could be the person sort of keeping an eye on it, and then I would just be fucked up. And that's the whole funny thing about it is like, haha, you can't wake me up. I'm totally fucking slumped up here.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a great idea, man.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you should totally ask some sort of like Twitch staff if you could try that, because that'd be fucking hilarious.
Once I'm back on YouTube Live, then no problem. I could do the sleep stream thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But was that super profitable for you? It said 5K in 8 hours.
I made $5,000. Yeah.
Andy told me he spent $1,000 himself.
He did. Yeah. he really wanted to send me some songs to wake me up.
So were you just waking the fuck up from everything? Was it just like completely every single song would wake you up?
Yeah. I had that shit blaring out of my fucking speakers.
Really?
So it was loud, man.
And was this a terrible experience? Were you like completely hating it and shit?
No, I mean, I got 3 hours of sleep, unfortunately, because every time I finally fall asleep, it wake right back up. But I mean, I made $5K.
But at the same time, you're like $100. So it's like, you could if you woke me up, if I'm sleeping right here and you kept waking me up and handing me $100, every time I woke up, I'd be a little mad that I was getting woken up, and then I'd see the $100 for me.
I was actually completely fucking surprised every time I wake up. I'm like, I'm thinking in my head, why the fuck are you spending $100 to wake me up? It's the stupidest waste of money ever. Because I put it. I did not expect anybody to wake me up. That's why I put it. $100. It's supposed to be a joke. $100 to wake me up. It's supposed to be a joke, but it ended up people actually doing it. My goal was just to see how many unique viewers I could get during that stream, as an experiment.
How many did you get?
I think I got 150,000 views.
In total? Wow, that's crazy.
On that stream.
That's pretty sick.
And it ended up in trending.
Was 5K your best 8-hour stretch ever?
Yeah, that's the most I've ever made in 8 hours, dude.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, I did a little better than that previously, because what I do is I play people's music videos and SoundCloud links and stuff.
Oh, and see.
I had a better 8 hours than that one time.
Really?
Not that much better, but a little bit better.
Holy shit, dude.
It's kind of crazy. That's why I didn't know what I was getting into when I started doing this shit, because I thought live stream would basically be like we go on for 4 or 5 hours and we do this, we just talk,
Yeah.
And then but then I thought, if people want to donate, maybe if they donate $20, I'll play their song. And then that quickly turned into, no, the entire time you're on here for 8 hours straight, you're playing fucking people's songs the whole time.
Yeah. People love the interaction and to be noticed in front of thousands of viewers or hundreds of viewers.
Yeah. And it's, what it is too, is it's a way for them to donate, in a way, they just kind of want to help you out, but then also they get to get some internet clout from it. They get to get some people seeing their song, and sometimes it actually works out for them. I've seen people whose songs actually got kind of popular from it because they just have maybe 1,000 people see it, start fucking with it, and kind of works.
It is, yeah. It is great advertising to do that. That's funny. Actually, if a lot of people try to do that on my stream, and I'm just like, if somebody like donates $5 and they're like, oh, check out my video, here's the link, I'll click on it, and I'll just immediately I don't know, dislike it and leave, because like I'm like,
Dislike it.
yeah, I'll just, because I'm like, dude, that's just fucked. Like
I've never disliked a fan's video, even the fucked up ones with like the white kid saying the N-word and stuff. I never bothered to click down.
I wouldn't consider those fan videos, because they're not like, they're just like they're trying to grow their shit off somebody. Like, I just think it's rude. You know what I mean? It's like a rude thing to do.
How much would you want to, if you were just streaming, like sitting at your computer and you had to watch a 3-minute music video? How much do you think would be fair for your time in that situation?
Oh, I mean, I watch the videos when people donate, and I try to determine if it's actually good or if it's just like somebody just trying to leech. You know what I mean? And I can see leeches from like a mile away. It's like some random video about a PS4 giveaway or something. Like, all right, well, leave. You know, fuck you. If it's somebody who actually put effort and time into their video, I'll watch it and show it on stream, and I'll actively.
That's really interesting. I never get that kind of stuff. I never get like really stupid stuff. I always get kids who are like their music videos that they actually worked on and stuff. Although a lot of times it's really funny because it's little white kids that like made like a joke rap song, and they think it's the funniest thing on earth. And I'm just amazed by how many kids there are who have like a joke rap song that they made one time.
Yeah. Okay.
So many.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah. I don't know. You don't get like just stupid fucking leech bullshit.
Like from the donations?
Like just, videos that are just awful that people donate that are just not raps. They're just people just trying to grow their channel off you, and it's kind of shitty of them.
Once in a while, people will send like their vlog channel and stuff, and we'll watch their vlog, and it'll just be like, wow, this is so, like, it's just a bad vlog channel, and we're just kind of, you sit there, you try to think of something funny to say about it, but usually what happens is that, and also like, we'll do like $20 or $30 per song, but one time we did 50. That was the one night that we made a lot of money, was the fucking $50, because you know what it was? I had a guy from one of the major labels with me, and I put that in the description. I wrote, this guy works at blank record label, and then he, as soon as he showed up, was like, you can't have that in there. I can't advertise that. I'm like, okay, no problem. But I think that the kids realize that and so they start to think like, this guy could sign me, even though that probably obviously is pretty unlikely to happen. But I think that just made everybody go crazy. So that's why I kind of realized that if I really wanted to like go hard with making as much money as possible, I would definitely just focus on the guests a lot, get rappers in there. If I have a real popular rapper in here, you know how many people are going to be fucking dying to send in 100 or whatever to get their song played?
Oh dude, like you fucking shitload of money.
That's why as soon as they fucking banned me, I felt like I got fucking shot in the leg, dude. I was like, God damn it, this is really looking really good for a while. And then you guys are just going to do this to me, man?
Yeah, I mean, you'll be fine on Twitch with that though. Yeah. I mean, if you get unbanned on YouTube, are you gonna go on YouTube Live?
If I get unbanned, yeah. My goal is to be on Twitch and YouTube Live at the same time.
You can do that, but you just can't be partnered on Twitch, I believe.
Yeah, that's why I think I'm not going to partner with Twitch, even though I think I filled out the application earlier today. I might have to like undo it or something. I don't know. But, it would be cool. If I had to be exclusive to Twitch, then of course I wouldn't sign the contract. I want to do both, but I don't know. I'm a big fan of YouTube Live, though. I from the beginning, I was like, you know what? I think Twitch is cool. I think that there's something cool to say about the community or whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't know. YouTube, it's like I got 800,000 subscribers on there. Like, what the fuck am I going to fucking go start new on Twitch for unless there's a really good reason, you know?
Well, at the moment, YouTube is putting a lot of money into their live portion of the site.
Yeah.
And, like I said, YouTube Live is very new. I'd give it like a year or two, and it's
That's
going
how
to
I feel too. I think it's just going to keep getting better.
way more established. As soon as they put on the main page live section, it's over. Like that YouTube, like because there's gaming on YouTube, and there's also everything else. Mm-hmm. Twitch is very niche.
And the discovery on like, it's weird for you because the whole live streaming world is like everyone fucking Instagram lives now. Mm-hmm. And even though it's like, yeah, that's a specific app and it's different, it means that a lot more people are becoming familiar with the concept of live streaming. So like when I'm sitting here and doing this and I see people come in and they sort of like realize what's happening, and especially when they look at the fucking donations lighting up and they're just like, what the fuck is this? They've never seen anything like it. And when I have to explain it, I'm like, think like Instagram Live, but it's kind of like the more upgraded version of that.
Yeah. People are gonna. I don't even know why people go on Instagram Live. And you don't make money from that. Like I don't know.
But people just that's the whole thing. I guess
it's for fun. If it's not your job, it's different. Yeah.
But think about when it gets to the point that Instagram Live either has like the donation option, monetization option, or something like that. Like once it's that smooth and easy. Like if going on Instagram Live and getting donations was as easy, or doing that on Twitch or whatever, like if everything was as easy, I feel like with Twitch there's always going to be the setup thing, or even YouTube Live is like a little bit of a like overwhelming thing, or especially to have like a professional gaming set or like a setup like this where it's actually like lit up and like good mics and stuff. It's like it's kind of overwhelming for people to get into that position, you know?
Yeah.
Instagram Live is just so easy that everybody just does it.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely way more simple.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, you're always like kind of pushing the limits. What about the Pain Olympics thing that you did, where you just invite a bunch of people and you just torture them?
Well, yeah. So I wanted to make like my own version of Fear Factor. So I invited everybody to make like an invitational video put on Twitter. Everybody's invited.
How many people came?
Had like 100 people show up in downtown.
To get hurt
in downtown LA to get hurt for.
Where did you hold this?
Potential $1,000 downtown LA in Pershing Square.
Just on the street.
Just we took a bus to Skid Row and we just did it there.
Wow, that seems so irresponsible. I would think that you need to get like a permit or something to have this, and then but then you just start torturing everybody in public on camera.
Yeah, I mean, well, I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, they consent. They signed a waiver, so it's all good.
But what were the worst tortures that you were doing? You were shooting them with paintball guns.
We
and
shot
stuff?
them with paintballs, and then we made them eat 3 Carolina Reapers and pepper sprayed them.
Wow. Pepper spray them too, and you could just do this in public, and the cops don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, the cops are watching. They can give a shit, man.
I feel like the paintball gun in particular, like I just feel like you can't shoot a paintball gun in public.
That's why we went to Skid Row, because there ain't no cops give a fuck about Skid Row, from what I can tell.
Yeah, but the homeless people don't have paintball guns, so I would think it would be kind of new territory.
Like, what do you think, they would attack us?
I don't know.
Like, I know they were watching. We had a crowd. That's why I did it. I like doing everything in public. Because
this store was downtown for 3 years, so I know exactly how crazy those motherfuckers are down there. There's wild shit happening down there.
Yeah. I like doing everything in public personally, any event or whatever, just because it's so fucking random, chaotic. You just don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I dyed my hair on the sidewalk instead of like in my friend's house.
Yeah, you still have it all over your hands. I figure that's part of it.
Yeah, because we had fucking stream snipers come up while we were dyeing our hair, fucking jump on the table, just fuck with us, like just so random and chaotic. Is what makes a stream entertaining.
Stream sniper. So is that another problem you have? Is just fucking people trying to be cool on your stream?
I think it's entertaining. People just show up because they know where I am and they do stupid shit, then they leave.
Yeah.
Like that, when you watch a live stream, I think the reason it's so entertaining is because you just don't know what's about to happen. A vlog is like, all right, you know what's going to happen because the video's uploaded.
Yeah.
But on a live stream, you don't know if I'm going to die in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
One time I was doing a fucking vlog and I was at this rap show and like basically a dude got jumped by like 20 dudes and like a famous rapper got jumped by like 20 dudes and then like I just immediately stopped vlogging because like I got some like insane footage. I was like, I can't put this out. These dudes are going to kill me. Like if I was on stream, Jesus Christ, I don't know what would have happened. Everybody would fucking know what happened. I probably would have had to turn the camera off or point it to the ground or something.
Do you think that, I don't know, do you think they would have found you?
Hell yeah, they're in gangs.
Fuck
and
it.
they know exactly who I am. They know where my store is.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
They would have fucked me up. If that shit got out, they would have, I don't know, maybe they wouldn't have fucked me up because they would have been like kind of hyped that people knew about how crazy the beating that they just did was or something. But, yeah. I mean, if they wanted to, they definitely could have came and fucked me up or been mad about it at least. Maybe have to talk to somebody.
Now, that's the mature mentality that I should have. My mentality is, oh, fuck, these guys are going ham and big fights happening. Let's get this on footage. And I don't know, dude. If
it was just random people, I 100% agree. It just so happens that in this situation, it was like not random people who I knew exactly who they were and what they were involved with. And I was like, oh, yeah, this definitely ain't going in the vlog.
I mean, when you make your videos, do you ever just think like me personally, when I make videos and streams, I'm just like, all right, whatever happens while the camera's on, I don't give a shit. It's all going in the video because it's just, I want to say it's like, because it's not part of my job or anything. It's just I have a different mentality. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not caring. Like, who gives a fuck, right?
So that's the whole thing. Yeah, with vlogging, it's like you get to paint this really fake portrait of what your life is like because you can just leave out all the bad stuff if you want. And I would think that my vlogs are a little different than that because I just tend to show all the raw stuff that's just happening and stuff. But for a lot of people, it's like they make vlogs that they want to be very positive and fun because they want to show like a fun, positive shit. And they know that if they do some sad, depressing shit that they're not going to get as many views. So they just don't do it. They just leave out the sad stuff. Casey Neistat doesn't seem like he has a bad day very often.
Unfortunately, that's why I can't do vlogging because that ain't life.
Yeah.
And I've heard a lot of stories of vloggers getting very depressed because they are constantly forcing themselves to be happy when they're fucking not. When I'm not happy, I show it. I've had like talks on my stream, super depressed, and I show like when you're live, you show life how it really fucking is. There's no bullshit painting. Like life isn't perfect. You're not always fucking happy. It doesn't matter how rich or poor you are. you know, how famous or whatever you are. You're always going to have your fucked up times, you know?
Yeah. But this is a very like labor intensive career that you're kind of involved in, right? Because you feel like you just have to be out walking around a lot. Do you feel like it's like a lot of hard work, or does it not feel that way?
Yeah, so a lot of people think live streaming, real live streaming in general, is super easy. You put a camera on your face and you just kind of do what you would normally do in your everyday life, but now you're recording it. But that's just so fucking wrong, because not only do you have to be consistently entertaining and like you have to be like hype about everything that's going on, you also have to it's just unnatural to record everything, and you have to like make it pretend like it's natural. And I was gonna say something, I forgot what I was gonna say though, but you're sort of, the mentality is a lot different.
Yeah, so that high energy part, like how much of a part of maintaining a big fan base is that? Because I feel like it would be so easy to go do one and just have the energy be kind of like low, and does that like mean that your fans actually leave?
No, it's not about my current fans, why I love having high energy during my streams. It's about new viewers. So if somebody, especially on YouTube where the attention span is very fucking low.
You feel like it's lower than Twitch?
Yeah, because people aren't used to live material. So if
Right.
I show up and somebody's suggested as a live stream as opposed to a video, a lot of people on YouTube are unfamiliar with live streams. So
Yeah,
they
it's
click
a very
on it.
new idea to them.
They click on it, and most live streams have a lot of downtime. But so I constantly try to make sure there's no fucking downtime. So all these new viewers who have low attention spans watch, and my audience retention is really high.
That's dope. So do you feel like with the YouTube live that YouTube actually cares about you and actually gives a fuck about you being on the platform though? You think that they're happy to have you?
I mean, they gave me a sponsor button, which is something that's rare to have,
Yeah.
but that's about it. They don't care. I really doubt they care about me or my channel.
Right.
I mean, sure, they want to grow their platform, but YouTube's already such a big fucking company. You know, they don't care.
Well, they take someone like PewDiePie who's making them all this fucking money and they fucking slash his ad rates worse than they did mine. Like, he's making jack shit from videos, and it's like, how the fuck do you not care about the guy who literally has the most subscribers, who literally is the fucking poster boy for the entire concept of being a YouTuber? And they don't give a fuck. They just totally treat him like shit.
I mean,
And Twitch banned you.
PewDiePie is not the one paying YouTube.
Yeah.
So
It's the advertisers. That's a fact, yeah. You're very wise that you know that all you have to do is follow the money. And then you can figure out the solution to everything on that one, yeah. But you think that they'd want to treat PewDiePie good just because of the idea that you want other YouTubers to believe that this is a good platform.
I mean, I think for YouTube, it's like they're already the biggest fucking like site on the internet, it seems, and you know, they just don't get. It doesn't matter. They're not going anywhere. It's fucking YouTube.
Yeah, but like if I'm the guy who works at YouTube and is concerned with making YouTube Live really popular, and then there's a guy who's really, really popular on Twitch and he gets banned from Twitch, and then he comes over to YouTube and then he's doing really good on YouTube, I would be like, I'm going to make sure that this guy is happy and that he doesn't, you know, start hating us. I would be very concerned with keeping that guy happy.
I mean, I suppose. So when I got banned, they did reach out to me and they did give me a sponsor button, super chat, and hooked me up with all these promotional stuff. And that's great. And they do take into what I say for consideration when they make their platform, as they're growing their platform.
Yeah.
But I mean, the site is so big. There's so many departments. When I went to the YouTube office, there's like a million fucking departments that the live section is very small. They don't really have too much power to change anything that, you know, I suggest. Whereas on Twitch, everything is very tight knit, a lot smaller. There's not a million fucking offices and departments. So when you say something to a Twitch staff, it's actually probably going to happen if you suggest something.
But then they still ban you permanently for like something that's completely out of your control.
Yeah,
I don't know. You seem like you're so over it. You're not mad about it at all.
I mean,
I'm still a little pissed off.
I mean, I'm not gonna.
It didn't even happen to me.
I'm not gonna. I mean, I was pissed at first. That's why I made a critiques video of Twitch.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to just be like my opinion. It wasn't supposed to be like a spite video. But I'm not spiting towards Twitch. Like, I'm not mad at them because it's you know, it's just something that fucking happens. I mean, I still feel like they should have been more clear. Like, all right, I streamed 5 times at an airport before I got banned for this time.
Yeah.
How come nobody ever reached out to me saying, hey, if you stream at an airport, you might get swatted. You might then get banned.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They never. There was definitely a little transparency between me and the staff when it came to some things.
Yeah, that's the whole thing that pisses me off is just the fact that shit like that happens, and there's just a complete and total lack of communication. That there's just, and you know what really pisses me off is that there's very few people, like there's no real outrage, like when all these YouTubers get their checks cut and everything, it's like it's very easy to just be like, hey, who gives a fuck, even though a lot of these people, man, like people build serious fucking businesses thinking that they can depend on some level of income, and then YouTube decides to be completely fickle about it, and there's no recourse or anything, and you got people like literally going bankrupt out here because their YouTube money got shut off for no good reason. And then, like, nobody feels bad for him. Nobody gives a shit. For me, I mean, nobody has to feel bad for me because I got plenty of other ways that I'm making money. But, it's like, even when I suggested, like, guys, I think I might make a Patreon or whatever if you want to give me $5, $10 a month. Dude, they fucking acted like I was the worst person on earth because I suggested that, even though I had just lost, like, 30 grand a month from fucking YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about like viewers.
I'm talking about when they drop the fucking the adpocalypse thing, which I guess doesn't affect you as much because you're not really making that many videos. You're not concerned about the ad revenue so much.
Well, I don't know about that. I do.
Oh yeah, because you do these things like every couple of days.
So most of my live streams hit about 150,000 views on average. That's a lot of money that I'm missing out of that gets demonetized.
Yeah.
That's 150,000 views a day just from the live stream. And then you have the donations, you have the super chat, you have the sponsors, and then you have my highlight video.
Yeah.
So
it's all working together.
Yeah. So ad revenue is definitely a big part.
Oh, so the ad revenue is a big part for you.
Yeah.
So you never had your channel like demonetized on YouTube?
I do. So I basically how it works is from what I've noticed. I'm not too familiar. Like it's weird. Live streaming is like how it's tracked really weird on YouTube.
And there's that button, play ad. You ever see that?
Yeah,
you just play an ad in the middle of your stream. I've only done it once or twice.
Make more money that way.
Yeah, it's a cool idea, I guess.
My streams are monetized until it's over, and then they get demonetized as the video. Like when it's a video, it's demonetized.
You get demonetized immediately.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I play music or something in my stream, so the video's demonetized. But while I'm live, it's not demonetized.
But is that always? There will always be music that makes it demonetized and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh.
Music, like if I'm like going in the car and there's radio playing, like that's copyright music, demonetized. Right. But that's only after the stream's over, so I don't really care that much.
That's the same exact thing with my shit, because I'm playing all these videos that people are paying me to play, and not all of them are going to get flagged for copyright because they're not all claimed, but there inevitably will be like at least like 10, and then some of them will be completely blocked. So even if I wanted to keep it on YouTube, I couldn't. I would have to somehow like download the file or whatever. I have to record it while I do it, which I haven't been doing up to this point. It's really weird. Yeah, it's weird how you can make money from it in the present tense, but then as soon as it's saved and somebody wants to watch it, then there's all these different rules.
That's
a lot of people don't understand that.
I think live streaming on YouTube is really going to get big in probably like a year or something when they're completely polished. At the moment, they're still working on it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you completely can bypass the adpocalypse that way.
Mm-hmm. It's just so weird though, because it's like I had YouTube just take all the ad money away, and then all of a sudden I have like a month where I'm making like basically the same as I was making with the ad money, but now it's not coming from a bunch of advertisers. It's coming from all my fans.
Yeah.
It's like a weird feeling. Like, oh, well, thanks guys, I appreciate it, but I liked it better when you didn't have to give me any money, and I could have just made money off fucking craft or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's just all, it is what it is.
Yeah, the adpocalypse stuff for me overall was like a really good experience because it made me just realize like, oh, you can't just like hang out and wait on the YouTube money. Like you got to actually get hungry and actually like hustle your ass off.
Got to work.
Yeah, it's true. So do you still feel like you're driven to like hustle on YouTube or just streaming in general? Do you still have that fire?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm like I said, this is why I'm not mad at Twitch. I'm totally content. I'm actually a little happy. I'm fucking happy I'm on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like, because I have like motivation to want to grow. Because if you have 1 million subscribers on YouTube and 1 million subscribers on Twitch, the YouTube subscribers are worth a lot fucking more. Because it's a bigger site. And you can get promoted way more, and you can get way more subscribers from that.
Yeah, there's more overall discovery, but then the actual specific live discovery hasn't been like fully exploited on YouTube is basically the case, huh?
It's not exploited on YouTube. Like I said, at the moment, I'm cheesing the system, and I'm going live after I upload a video while it's being promoted to new people, and then it says live now in the video because that's what YouTube does automatically.
Yeah, and so you think that is the one thing that's really that's like the secret sauce.
Yeah, because I mean, I look at my analytics and I will have like a 50-50 subscribe to non-subscribe ratio.
Really?
So there's a lot of new people just constantly in my live streams, constantly just, turning over and stuff.
See, now you're really making me think that I have to do that once I get my YouTube live stuff back, because like I put something on YouTube almost every day, and then if I could just and then I live stream like a good percentage of the time too, so I'll probably just line them up so they go together. That's a really good idea.
But yeah, I mean, at the moment, my fire right now is trying to like create like this network. Like I said, I already created like what the section that YouTube Live should have. Like where
Right.
I created the discovery portion of YouTube Live within my own app.
Right.
So that's where the fight, and I'm gonna try and get like I'm gonna announce it soon, like tonight or something tomorrow, and I project like a few hundred people are gonna try, because if there's a high frequency of viewers from my Reddit, which is like 40K subscribers, and Twitter and like my app with 20K downloads, high frequency of people using this shit, but low frequency of streamers. That's easy exposure. People are gonna fucking get easy subscribers, easy viewers.
That's a really good idea. Yeah.
So I project like a few hundred people are going to try and do this. So I have a few hundred people within my network, and then I just grow it from there. And I turn live streaming into like an actual fucking business.
Yeah. That's the whole thing about it. It just feels like there's, you know, like you're already doing pretty good for yourself. I'm already making pretty good money and stuff, but it's like, it just feels like there's just a big seed of opportunity going on here. And maybe it doesn't 100% make sense right now, but like even last night when I was on Twitch for like fucking 7 hours and I wasn't even making money because I don't have my thing turned on or whatever, I was still just like, you know, there's just something about like acquiring followers on here just feels like somehow this is going to be the future going forward, that there's the live streaming thing is just really going to keep developing into some other weird beast.
Live streaming, I personally feel is definitely going to be the future, dude, because it's super real and it's easily consumable entertainment. It's just constantly something new. You know, videos, 10-minute video. Okay, that's my 10 minutes of entertainment. Now what the fuck do I do? Supposed to a live stream, constantly just new entertainment coming in over and over and over.
And especially young kids are like always craving like entertainment that's more and more raw and visceral. Like to a kid, watching a sitcom these days just seems so insane. Like or watching, you know, a music video countdown show. These days, kids want something that's super personal. Yeah. And I think that vlogging in a weird way, that it's like over the hump. Like people saw like vlogging was so huge, and you still have people who are obviously succeeding with like Jake Paul and stuff, but I feel like somehow people have kind of seen what's possible with vlogs, and a lot of kids I think are looking for something more raw, more legit connection with these creators that they love.
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't think vlogging is too personal, because it's very, like you said, it's very, you're painting a picture.
Yeah.
And it seems very unreal. Like the expectations for life in a vlog seem very unreal compared to how life actually is. So people just watch it and they're like, oh, that's cool, but that's never going to fucking happen to me. And then you have a live stream and some dude just actually just raw living his life. It's like, yo, this is very relatable. I do the same fucking shit.
It's so crazy that we're having this conversation about how like vlogging is fake as fuck now, because like honestly, like a year and a half ago, it's like the conversation was very like, oh, like vlogs, this is the future because they're so much more real than a lot of this other YouTube content out there stuff. And now it's like we're having this conversation about streaming. I wonder what's after that, body cams.
Yeah, I mean, I'm live streaming body cams like just 24/7. Like I think that's where it's going to go eventually. People are just going to 24/7 live stream their life, and viewers are going to be so invested into an actual person. It's going to be like, okay, you are now like almost a family member of mine.
Yeah. You know, we should really do a day where you come and hang out at the store all day while you're streaming, and then like your fans can come in and hang out. And I really want to get like a sort of similar setup to what you have doing, so that I can do like my live streaming shit here and watch videos and stuff, and then also do kind of like the live version, especially with the store.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like that's such like a cool angle, because like if I were to stay out in front of the store all day, it's just nonstop kids just taking selfies and stuff. And it would just be entertaining to be able to take all of them and put them on camera for a little bit and make this crazy 8-hour montage or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally down to do it, and you should totally do it too.
We should do it for sure.
I mean,
I got to get the equipment, like just like I'll just do what Andy has, where he just has like the phone on the stick or whatever.
Although, watch out, because when there's a camera and it's live, people are chaotic. People are gonna do crazy shit, dude.
Like what?
They're gonna come and they're
nipples?
They're not gonna get like, they might get naked, they might show nipples, but they're so much worse. They might vandalize your fucking place. They might come and like do fucked up shit. Like
just knowing it's live too, that's weird, because it's like I notice people doing fucked up shit around me because they know I'm a vlogger, or because I am like actually vlogging at that moment. But with the live, it's such a different thing, because it's like they have the control, like they can be the one who presses the button and makes some shit happen.
Right. Yeah. So
I will be careful.
Crazy.
That's for sure. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. Wow, that's so fucking wild. So so you're just really driven, you think, at this point, just to keep proving that you can do this shit on YouTube, that you don't need Twitch, that you can keep building this up. Do you feel like do you spend a lot of time thinking about what your life might be past streaming, or what you might do once all this kind of doesn't seem so attractive anymore?
Yeah, so I mean, it does worry me on like a daily basis. Like, where the fuck am I gonna be in 5 years? You know, it's not like a
Because
normal.
5 years of this is not a normal 5 years, right? This is like a weird lifestyle that you got going.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you're working some office job, you know, okay, in 10 years, my 401k and my I'm still retired. Like, for streaming, you just don't know when the shit's gonna end. So it worries you because you can't plan for the future specifically. But I mean, my plan is to, like I said, I'm trying this network thing. I'm trying to somehow create a business out of live streaming. So like people would say, oh, live streaming should already be your business. Treat it like one. But I don't think I don't treat live streaming as a business. I treat it as just like for fun still, even though I make money from it. And I'm actually trying to create like a business from it.
Right. That could like be more than just like, oh, I have to put in a shitload of hours actually doing the thing. Like if you could create a business based around streaming overall, especially since you're such a big name in the field, that it's like if you could create products, whether online or real or whatever, that appeal to people, then
Honestly, it's like I'm trying to make it so even if my stream does die one day, I can still make money.
Yeah.
That's how I'm trying to do it.
I'm kind of scared of those 40,000 people on Reddit when you talk about it, because I feel like they're going to be like, why didn't he ask him about this? Why didn't he ask him about this? And like they're going to be pissed off that I didn't know about stuff.
No. I mean, I think they're going to be very highly appreciative that you're having the podcast with me because I'm a very, I guess it's a controversial name.
Are you? Is that controversial?
I don't know. I say it like this because I don't fucking think so.
Yeah.
But
compared to me,
a lot of people seem to think though, because just how of my community, you know, people perceive my community as like super toxic,
right.
But I don't. I think my community is just very vocal.
Right.
So
they're vocal. Yeah. Man, it's funny that you came in here with purple hair because I was watching the video from that stream and you're like, what color should I have done my hair? And I'm looking at the chat and it's like all purple. Like they had really settled on purple. Like why did they want purple so specifically?
Well, Purple Army, man. That's what we call ourselves.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Wow, I'm acting like an idiot because I didn't think of that. Yeah.
So now you're going to get that hate.
Now they're going to hate me for that. I don't know. No, but I knew about the Purple Army too, but it just didn't like connect in my brain. Like, oh yeah, obviously that's why they want his hair purple. Okay. Interesting. Fuck. I guess that's probably like pretty close to the end of the questions that I have to go here. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really enjoyed this. Like I'm just become sort of fascinated with the whole streaming side of things, and especially I've always just been really concerned on like a social justice warrior level about ever since you got banned. It just felt like it was so unfair. It just pissed me off.
Yeah, I mean you just have to look at the background of my channel though. Like
yeah.
I was banned 5 times before that. Like I don't blame Twitch at all because in a way, it is my fault. Like I did show my gate number, even though there should have been more communication between the rules. But hey, fuck it, things happen, and I'm doing fine now, so I really don't care.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to see things going well and everything, and I'm glad we got to have this conversation. So if people want to check in with you, I guess obviously you should just go search Ice Poseidon on YouTube. You're already on YouTube right now if you're watching this, so there you go.
Easy.
Yeah. If you don't know how to spell Poseidon, grab a fucking dictionary or Google.com or something, you fucking idiots. I could just talk to them like that. They like it.
Yeah, that's fucking nice. Hey, don't everybody. You have to POS. No. Hey, you fucking retard. Go fucking look at this shit.
Yeah.
Like you gotta. Yeah.
That's why I'm not really like. I feel like I'm kind of safe in a way with having a bigger fan base over time because I've just always been such a dick and like just kind of rude and just sort of like really. I've never really like pandered to my audience that much. I've always been kind of honest about like, you know, I'm just making stuff and I don't really care what you guys think.
Yeah.
Yeah. They seem to be all right with that.
Well, that's the best audience to have.
So what do you know about Dankwan?
Well, Dankwan is he's a guy who, when I was on Twitch, he came to my apartment all the time to stream snipe me since everyone knew where I live.
Okay.
So they would come over and they would knock on they knocked on my fucking door.
See, that's bad.
At like 2 a.m, and they were like, "Yo," and they were streaming. I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" They're like, "We're streaming," and I'm like, "So?" "We're here. Can we come in?" I'm like, "It's 2 a.m, and I'm like, "All right, yeah, sure, come in." And we smoked weed.
Did they come with weed, and that's why you let them in?
No, we smoked my own weed. They came with nothing. They even drank my fucking orange juice.
They brought us weed. That's why we hung out with them the first time. They just kind of showed up with weed, and we didn't realize that they were hanging out around us while we were on stream for like 3 or 4 hours, and we didn't realize that like nobody else in the room knew them and that they were just there. But they had a bunch of weed, so we were like, whatever. Like nobody really questioned it. Yeah. And then the next thing that happened is that the other night when we were on stream, he just shows up, and his stream had tricked him into thinking that we wanted him to come here. And then he shows up, and we had already had a couple of like weird things, people with pizzas showing up and stuff like that. So I look out the door. I don't even realize that it's a guy that I met before, and I'm just like, nah, we're good, blah, blah, blah. Just close the door right away. And then he realizes that the stream had fucked him over. But then last night we were on stream and we were like, yo, we need weed. And Dankwan showed up in the chat like, I got weed. And then he came through and I actually let him on the chat for like a couple hours and we just hung out and like just chatted and stuff. He's cool. But at a certain point, he told me he only had sex one time in his whole life and it was when he was 17.
Yeah.
That took me aback a little bit. I was like, whoa, what am I dealing with here?
I said the same thing when he was on my Fear Factor. I was like, what the fuck, dude? That's so weird.
He showed up and he let you shoot him with a paintball gun and stuff. That's pretty tight.
I don't. Yeah, he's got some guts, dude, for sure.
He had scars all over him yesterday. Yeah.
What do you think about people coming to your shop randomly?
It's weird because I feel kind of like vulnerable at night. Well, that's why I have a gun and everything, is because I feel like, this scenario right now, like anyone could just show up and do whatever. So it's like, I'm really not trying to be in a position where I have to like fight somebody or like get robbed or anything like that. So the gun thing just makes me feel pretty cool about whatever.
Yeah.
But, and I usually have a bunch of guys with me and stuff like that. So I'm not really that worried, but I don't know. Obviously, it's just completely wrong. You should never show up when you're streaming because you might get the shit beat out of you, to be totally honest. Like, if you show up back here, middle of the night, it's just not like a safe environment for you to show up. So if you get your ass kicked back here, don't blame me. You are asking for it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. Because it's probably not going to be me. It's probably going to be somebody else. Like, there's a lot of dudes who will probably beat somebody up before I have to do it.
Right, yeah. I mean,
Chris Long right there, he's a fucking psychopath. He hurts people.
So yeah, so you're not worried, so you're good, man.
Well, I'm worried about the cops too, though, because I feel like, who the fuck knows what they could. I want to actually put a sign on the door that says like, we are streaming. People frequently call in false complaints. There's nothing to worry about, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is kind of funny. I mean, I remember when I was getting swatted. Like I got swatted like every day for a month, like 2 months ago. Because when I got swatted on the plane, it gave that guy so much fucking power. When I got banned, that dude, he was doing it every fucking day just to fuck with me. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking fag.
So you got swatted on the plane, and then how long until you actually got banned?
I got banned the next day.
The next day. So then how did you keep swatting you? On YouTube Live?
Yeah, on YouTube.
Oh, but YouTube doesn't really care.
Yeah, no, I was getting swatted like 3 times a day, every day.
Just on the street?
Yeah, and eventually I got the FBI involved, and they were like, sorry, we have other things to worry about. And I'm like, I'm going to get fucking shot one day. And they're like, hey, well, we have other things to worry about. I'm like, okay.
When you go to the cops, that's what they say about everything. You're like, my house got broken into. They're like, we can't do anything. We don't care. Like, we have bigger things to worry about. I feel like every time I've ever had a conversation with a cop, that's what they say.
But when after the FBI couldn't help me, I called the police station, and I called all 22 police departments in LA, and every fucking police department. They thought I was fucking lying. I'm like, so somebody's going to call in and say I have a bomb at this address. So it's fake, don't come. And they're like, why? How do we know you don't actually have a bomb? And you're actually, like, they actually thought I was lying because they thought it. Like, I'm like,
and there was a specific address?
Yeah, my address. So
right.
I even moved, and everyone knows my address again now, and I had to tell the police, and even so. But to this day, at this point, all the police know me. They're just like, they'll come up to me and be like, yo, dude, what's up? And they'd fucking know me by like a first name basis because I've been swatted so much.
Yeah, that's like best case scenario is that you like become so famous or at least notorious that the cops then kind of like it's like, oh no, he's cool. Yeah.
But it's a fucked up scenario anyways because there's no way to stop him, so he just keeps doing it.
Such a weird world that we live in, man.
Internet, man.
Internet. Anyway, I'm really glad we got to have this chat. Clocking in about an hour and a half. Pretty
Nice.
solid, man. Yeah. I'm glad that I could kind of take your podcast virginity, at least in a certain sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird talking in like this kind of format. It's so professional, and
you feel like this is professional. It smells like backwoods in here. There's a fucking giant fat white cat sleeping here. Kevin is just on the couch. Doesn't feel that professional to me.
But I'm trying.
No, I thought it was great. I think it was really valuable to do that. You're like the kind of person that I feel like a lot of people watch your streams, but then there's so many more people that are just like kind of mystified by you. Like, who is that guy? Like, what is it like that he's doing? Because like the whole thing with the streams is like most people will never sit down and watch like a full couple hours of the stream to really get what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it'll always be sort of mysterious to people, especially because at this point streaming is still so new.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any advice I could say for anybody, especially people who make or content creators like YouTube or whatever, should definitely start streaming because it's I mean, that's the future, man.
It's the wave.
Videos are gonna, like, eventually there's gonna be a new generation of people who just, as time goes on, or the kids get lower and lower attention spans because entertainment is just so easily consumable so fucking fast. Live streaming is just gonna be the thing everyone does.
I think just in general, just get famous and then you'll figure it out after that. It's like get that following and then you can figure out how to make money off it after that.
True, yeah.
Basically. But streaming is definitely like a big wave that is crashing in right now. Anyway, let's go smoke a blunt. Let's be done with this shit.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ice Poseidon. No Jumper. Coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes. Subscribe. Check me out on Twitch, Adam22Ho. Don't check him out on Twitch. He's gone. Possibly permanently. Think he'll ever be back?
Well, they said I could appeal in 6 months, but I'm doing just fine on YouTube and
Yeah.
I'm making more money. So, I mean, fuck it.
Fuck the system. And fuck this white cat. We out. Peace.
I'm ballin' like an